Welcome to DPS Dhaka. Very good morning to all of you, my dear students. Today, for the class of for the student of ninth class, today I am starting the chapter motion. So first of all, let us give you a brief introduction of this chapter. In this chapter, we have to study about various types of motion and also the graphical representation of motion and the various equation of motion and what is a scalar quantity and vector quantity. So first of all, let us define what is motion. If any object is changing its position with respect to time, then that object is said to be in motion. You all are very aware about this motion. What is motion? You all are very aware. So first of all, I am defining this what is motion, and then we'll go to the next topic. Motion. If any object is changing its position with respect to time, then it is said to be in motion. But there are various type of motion. For example, your fan is rotating, that is also a motion. Your car is running on the road, that is also a type of motion. You are walking on the road, that is also a type of motion, because you are changing your position from one place to other place with respect to time. Your hand is shaking, this is also a motion, because your position of your hand is changing with respect to time. So I will teach you in detail what are the various type of motion. But first of all, let us define what is physics. This is the first chapter of physics, so let us define what is physics. It is the science which deals with the study of natural phenomenon. So what is natural phenomenon? Natural phenomenon means how your, for example, you must have seen that your apple or any object when left, it always fall towards the earth. How this happening? How the your fan is rotating? How the many observation you can see in natural, in your surrounding. How this car is running? How the fire occurs in your forest spontaneously. So for all of this observation, the physics gives you the reason behind these phenomena. So now we will move to the next topic. What are the different type of physical quantities? What is physical quantity? First, physical quantity. Any quantity which can be measured, that is called physical quantity. For example, length, time, temperature, intensity of light, your area, density, volume, all these things can be measured. The things which can be measured, that is called physical quantity. For example, what is not physical quantity? For example, your emotions cannot be measured. Your happiness and your sadness cannot be measured. That is not a physical quantity. But for example, physical quantity, the quantity which can be measured is called physical quantity. So what are them? For example, length, mass, volume, area, pressure. There are many things. Pressure, density, intensity of light. All these things are physical quantity. This physical quantity is also of two types. One is fundamental quantity, fundamental physical quantity, and the other is derived quantity. Fundamental physical quantity, and the other is derived quantity. About these quantities you will study in detail in higher classes like in 11th or 12th, but here we have to just know about there are two type of physical quantity. One is fundamental quantity, for example length, mass, current, temperature. So these are physical. Intensity of light, amount of substance, all these are fundamental physical quantity. One is derived quantity, for example density, volume, area, because all these density is derived from these fundamental physical quantities, therefore they are called derived physical quantity. Physical quantity is also categorized in two parts. The physical quantity, on the other behalf, it can be classified into two categories. One is a scalar quantity, and the other is a scalar quantity, SCALAR, scalar quantity, and vector quantity. So what is a scalar quantity? The scalar quantity means the quantity which does not require any direction for its representation. Which does not require any direction, then that is called a scalar quantity. Vector quantity, quantity which requires direction also to represent it. For example, length of anything. The example of the scalar quantity is length, mass, temperature. These are a scalar quantity. Vector quantity, for example, force is a vector quantity. Why force is a vector quantity? Because it needs direction to represent it, and the scalar quantity does not need any direction to represent it. For example, length of this pen is what? If you say 15 centimeter, so that means the length of this pencil or pen is 15 centimeter. Here the direction is not required. For example, if you say your mass is 50 kg, so you measure your mass 50 kg, in that case you do not need any direction. But in case of force, because it is a vector quantity, in case of force, suppose you are saying 5 Newton force, then 5 Newton force means you have to apply the force in a particular direction, then only a work can be done. Okay, so these vector quantity need direction also, but this does not need any direction. Here the displacement is also a vector quantity. Displacement is also a vector quantity. So now we will move to the various types of motion. So there are three types of motion. Primarily the motion is defined into three types. Motion is classified into, first of all, into three types. First is translatory motion. The second is rotatory motion, rotatory motion, and the third is vibratory motion, vibratory motion. So what is translatory motion? Translatory motion means if any object is changing its position. For example, car running on the road, that is a translatory motion. Your vehicle is running on the road, that is a type of translatory motion. What is rotatory motion? Your fan is rotating. Your fan is rotating. Spinning motion is called rotatory motion. It does not change its place, but there is movement. It is rotating around a particular axis. That is called rotatory motion. What is vibratory motion? Vibratory motion means in this motion the object moves to and fro to a mean position. For example, if anything is shaking, for example, if you shake this pen, this is a vibratory motion. Vibration means the object is moving to and fro around a mean position. The mean position के इधर जाता है और फिर इधर. So the object is moving, vibratory motion. This translatory motion is also categorized into two types. One is rectilinear motion, and the other is curvilinear motion. So what is rectilinear motion? The motion in which the object moves on a very straight path. That motion is called rectilinear motion. Curvilinear motion, the motion in which the object moves on a curved path. For example, your vehicles run on road, but they do not go always straight. They have to bend. They have to curve somewhere. So therefore, that type of motion is curvilinear motion, and the rectilinear motion is the motion in which the object is moving very straight. Rotatory motion, I have given you the example, the motion of the fan, the motion of the wheel, and that is called rotatory motion. And vibratory motion, you must have seen the needle of the sewing machine where the needle goes up and down. That is a type of vibratory motion. An object can have both type of motion. For example, your wheel of the car is having both type of motion at the same time. For example, your wheel of the car rotate around a particular axis. That is a rotatory motion, but at the same time it is also changing its position. So that is a translatory motion. This change in position with the ground, that is called translatory motion, and this rotation around the particular axis, that is called rotatory motion. So the next topic I will cover in the next video. Thank you and have a good day.